Hey, Brian here from quantlabs.net. This is a library for .net that I've been somewhat looking for. I'm just highlighting it, introducing it to people so that they know that this type of library exists. Let's first talk about technical trading versus quant trading. This library called FinMath is purely for quants and quantitative analysis. There's very little technical trading indicator or anything that. So you won't find these type of functions in any of your popular retail trading platforms like TradeStation, MultiCharts. You may find it, but this is where the quant and the more advanced and open source type of trading platforms take hold. It's for these type of functions that I'm going to show you. A lot of these functions can be found in MATLAB, and for those that can't afford MATLAB, this is another good alternative. You know, to basically code from a MATLAB model or strategy and directly code it up in something like a .NET or C#. So let me introduce you to what we're talking about here. These are the sort of functions that you get that will speed up the processing of your trading platform. You know, because it has LPAC in it, BLAS, and you know, these are fairly optimized C++ functions, and using the MKL as well. So I just want to show you some of the advantages you would have over other traders. Namely retail traders. For these are the reasons why quants can do very well, especially the institutional players like the hedge funds and the banks. So let's get right into it. See what we have. Let's first talk about the price. Obviously, one license or one key gives you $600 and a $300 maintenance fee annually. Now the benchmarks are, as I said, I am looking at the MATLAB manuals, and I can confirm a lot of what you're seeing here does exist in those same manuals. I'll be focusing on a lot of this stuff in upcoming webinars for my members, and this is the sort of stuff that they're paying for, is to understand these type of functions and model types that enable them to be a lot more advanced than, as I said, technical traders. This is what basically a lot of the quants are using. Now, I need to put out a shout out to the person that introduced this to me, my quant friend from London. Without him, I wouldn't have known about this product. And I just want to give you a rundown of what type of functions exist. So if we walk through the user guide or in the documentation, we start off with typical vector classes and matrix classes that you'd get in MATLAB. So that can be easily coded up from MATLAB if you're not going to go through a code generation process from MATLAB. So you get both vector and matrix. Then you move into the linear least squares, like ordinary least squares, things that I've never seen before, weighted, generalized, GLS and WLS. And then we get into more of the principal component analysis, otherwise known as PCA. That's going to be something I'll be looking at down the line. Excuse me. And then we get into more linear programming, quadratic programming for linear type of equations, quadratic as well, and some of this stuff I don't really honestly know. I might take a look at it. And then we move into statistical analysis. I just came off the learning of this on the usual sum, mean, standard deviation, stuff like that. So that's all included, where you can normalize stuff. And again, this is all the type of functionality you would get with MATLAB M scripts, namely out of the statistics toolbox. So for $600 versus whatever the value of MATLAB itself plus the toolbox, you're saving yourself a lot of money with this. And then we get into distributions and all the different types, Bernoulli, Poisson, I can never pronounce that, binomial, maybe continuous process, chi-square, gamma, Laplace, obviously normal, and delta, beta, and then multivariate. I don't think we touched this too much. And then we get into the more matrix type of stuff. Hypothesis testing, obviously it's very well known for co-integration tests. Get both the augmented Dickey-Fowler, the popular one. Some random generation classes, which is good to know. Then we move into cluster analysis, k-means average, k-means clustering. Again, this is part of the statistical toolbox again. All this stuff. Evolutionary, the genetic algorithms, pretty standard stuff. I don't think they go too much into this. In terms of functionality, signal processing, real complex data types. Now if you're into options trading, you get your binomial model, the famous Black-Scholes, Monte Carlo, probably for your Monte Carlo simulation. Then we move into some more specialized stuff, but we'll leave it at that. But it's a pretty complete end-to-end MATLAB-like API for .NET. It's something worth really looking into, and you'll probably see some of my own scripts in C# in the trading strategies. Will be using this, so this is something to be very aware of, and something worth, as I said, looking into. Hopefully this will help you out.